is. It is now 7 a.m. and we go right into the morning watch.
Listeners to Love 101 FM are advised that the views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of Love 101 FM.
Hello and welcome to the Morning Watch on Love 101 FM. I'm your host, Stokeley Marshall. A special welcome to our listeners on love101.org. And if you are overseas and on the move, US listeners can access us at 712-832-8001. And if you are in the UK, 0330-332-6541, or join us via the Love 101 FM app that can be downloaded from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can also join us on Love 101 FM Facebook and YouTube Live. In the first watch today, is Haiti a lost cause? No peace in sight? And in second watch, solving crime with social media. For our social media question, we ask, how can social media help to stop and or solve crime? Share your responses in our Love 101 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on WhatsApp, 876-9973-125 using the hashtag The Morning Watch. We'll share your responses later on the program, but first, here's I quote.
All right, good morning, good morning. Today's I quote says, if you cannot say no, your yes means nothing. And this is from multiple sources.
I don't think there's anything more to add.
I left it right there.
The only thing I add, though, Jakal, if I could vary what I just said, is I think you are one of the multiple sources.
Me? You see me?
The wisdom. The wisdom in this I quote.
All right.
Good morning, Jakal. Good morning. The first watch. We're back after this break.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. And you're invited to the Season Splendor Christmas Small Business Expo.
That's right, on Saturday, December 21 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Head on over to Campion College for a one-of-a-kind Christmas shopping experience.
Cover amazing local businesses, unique gifts, delicious treats, and so much more. Perfect for everyone on your list.
It's a holiday shopping spree like no other. And the best part is free. Yeah, you heard right. Free.
So get your family, bring your friends, and come shop with love this Christmas. Don't miss out on the fun, the deals, and the holiday cheer.
We can't wait to see you at Season Splendor Expo, Saturday, December 21 at Campion College. Let's make this Christmas extra special.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. I'm your host, Stokeley Marshall. Haiti is nowhere near winning the battle against the armed groups and gangs. The death toll this year has reached 5,000. And in terms of the numbers of Haitians who have been displaced, we're looking at about 700,000 persons. And these figures according to the United Nations. Now, according to the New York Times in an item of news dated December the 8th, 2024 by Francis Robles, the killings in a Port-au-Prince slum, which appeared to target practitioners of voodoo, were ordered by a gang leader. A Haitian human rights organization said more than 180 people were killed in a massacre over the weekend in one of the poorest neighborhoods of Haiti's capital. the United Nations Human Rights Chief said. And in terms of a human rights group, again, a Haitian human rights group described the killings as the personal vendetta of a gang boss who had been told that witchcraft caused his son's fatal illness. Just a few months ago, there was a headline from a story in Al Jazeera dated September 30th, 2024, which read, UN extends Haiti security mission for another year as violence soars. Measure extends multinational police mission until early October 2025 as Haiti struggles to stem deadly gang violence. In a recent bulletin from our own OPM Communications, dated September the 10th, 2024, Jamaica to begin participation in multinational security support mission. And in news from Al Jazeera, dated 3rd October 2023 by Hamza Mohammed, the United Nations Security Council had approved the deployment of international forces led by Kenya to curb escalating gang violence in Haiti. Indeed, a mouthful. And to help us to unravel all of this and to understand a little bit more as to what's going on in Haiti, we have Frederic Boiron, political and social analyst, Haiti, lecturer, McGill University, Canada. We also have Larry Alexander, who lived and worked in Haiti for 10 years up to 2020. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Stokeley. Good morning. Morning, Frederick.
Good morning, Lance.
Frederic Boiron, have I pronounced your name properly, sir?
That's okay. That's the best you can do since my name is French, so it's all right.
I did a little bit of French in high school, so I'm trying to, ensure that I do justice to your name.
Thank you.
What is really happening in Haiti at the present time, Frederic Boiron? Because it appears as if we keep getting a lot of negative news. What is really happening in Haiti at the present time?
Well, the question that you asked at the beginning of the show, you said, is Haiti a lost case? I don't think any country has ever been a lost case. It's about people. We're talking about people. And what we're seeing in Haiti right now is what we've seen in Somalia, something similar to what we've seen in Somalia in the 1990s. When they had also this kind of situation with militias in the country trying to take power. And they had also some issues with climatic factors. And they still have the same reality right now. It's about 40,000 people dying every year in Somalia for the past 3 years from the reality with the droughts that they have in that country. Haiti is somewhere similar to that with militias and earthquake and storms and everything. But also those gangs that are in Haiti, we have. I've been saying for many years now that we should stop calling these people gangs. They are militias. They were put together and financed by political parties in Haiti. At one point, after the
Frederic
assassination,
Boiron, do not run over that so quickly. Can you slow down and repeat what you just said? These are militias funded by, please repeat.
Political parties.
Funded by political parties in Haiti.
In Haiti.
Thank
I'll
you.
give you an example. They're one of the gangs that is called Base 257, Base 257. That a report from the UN that was published in November 2023, they said that that specific gang was created, funded by the ex-president Michel Martelly. For what? to keep to keep his adversaries away from the power, to keep the streets quiet, and that is written from a expert report from the UN in November 23. So it's not about gangs. Of course, they are very violent. The thing and the reality that we have in Haiti now is that those political parties, they have lost control of the gangs. And that's why also that I've been saying that we have to understand that this is not a situation of a criminal situation in itself. It's a civil war that is happening in Haiti right now. It's a civil war. Those gangs want the power. They want to control the country. And that's what we're seeing right now.
You know, Jamaica has a lot of gangs, you know, and sometimes some persons will express concerns as to whether or not we're that far behind Haiti. Larry Alexander, or Lawrence Alexander, sir, you lived and worked in Haiti for about 10 years. Can you remind us as to what your experience was like? Did you, I mean, without telling too many tales if you don't want to, did you come across any of these gangs, members of militias? What was it like there for you?
We're breaking up. We're
Not
breaking
hearing
up Stokeley. I didn't hear what you said. Are you hearing me now?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Right, but I didn't hear what you last said. Did I come across what?
Any gangs, members of militias? What was it like for you while you were there?
Well, you know, I was there on business, and
It doesn't matter. Since people come across gang members.
right. Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. In some of the areas in which we worked and where our businesses were located, were usually harassed by people purporting to be area leaders or area representatives, but who were really
they were being imposters, pretending to be area leaders and pretending to be gang leaders or pretending to represent gangs.
yeah. So I mean, we had to navigate that reality, and we really try not to give in to any of it, but try to build good relationships with our employees and with the community. But yeah, we did experience that, and there were times when our movements were affected. Movements of our goods or products were.
I think we have lost Larry Alexander. There were times when the movement of your goods or products were, and I don't think we heard the
cases where we lost some materials from our trucks from time to time. So we did have, but that was mainly in the near to 2020, in about 2017, 2018, 2019, those activities really stepped up quite a bit. Then, of course, you know, after 2021, when the president was killed, all hell broke loose.
And what did you find happen in terms of when you try to seek redress? When if you try to seek redress from the police, what was your experience in a situation like that where people are either gang members, militia members, or pretending to be? Larry Alexander. Are you hearing us, Mr. Alexander? I hope we haven't lost you. Frederic Boiron, does it surprise you in terms of the experiences of Larry Alexander while he was doing business in Haiti?
No surprise. No surprise. Those gangs have to, after the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, they lost control of the gangs. Losing control of the gangs.
Frederic Boiron, my humble apologies, sir. I think we're now upon a break. Hold that thought. We're going to come back to that very shortly. And Larry Alexander, we hope to have you back in a moment. I think you're still on, but we're not seeming to. Well, I don't think we're hearing at the moment. Listeners, please stay with us. We'll be right back at the Morning Watch.
Today. attendants, prepare for arrival. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on our final approach into Fort Lauderdale International. Welcome home to Fort Lauderdale. Enjoy the service you love when you fly the Caribbean way. Our convenient schedule gives you the freedom to plan your perfect getaway. From power meetings to family greetings, take on adventure plays or get styled on shopping days. Fly Caribbean Airlines 3 times weekly from Kingston to Fort Lauderdale. Book now at caribbean-airlines.com or call 888-359-2475. Welcome home.
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Kay. She loved to dance and play. One day at school, she got very ill, and Mom was left with an unbearable bill. It would be easier if Mom was prepared. With School Companion, 80% of the bill is cleared. Medical care for children is a must. For as low as $2,540 per month, make unbearable medical bills go away. Sign up for Study for School Companion today. Conditions apply.
Win with love this holiday season. Use your JMNB Money Transfer Prepaid Visa card between November 1 to December 31, 2024 for a chance to win a $250,000 Schwartz gift voucher or one of 5 $20,000 Brooklyn supermarket vouchers, plus cash back from paying toll and shopping with your card. But that's not all. Participate in this promotion and enter to win your share of a $2.1 million grand prize in the Win with Love promotion ending on June 30, 2025. Receive money anytime, 24/7, using Visa Direct through MoneyGram, through or Remitly, or directly with Ria and Sue. Visit jm.jmnd.com/money-transfer for details on how to enter and win with love. Authorized on Section 58 of the Betting Community Offerings Act. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. I'm your host, Stokeley Marshall. We are in the first watch, having a very important conversation with Frederic Boiron, political and social analyst, Haitian lecturer, McGill University, Canada, and Larry Alexander, who lived and worked in Haiti for 10 years up to 2020. The topic is Haiti a lost cause? No peace in sight? And Frederic Boiron, just before the break, well, a couple of moments before the break, you did say, well, Haiti is not a lost cause. I'm paraphrasing. And I'd asked a question in relation to, were you surprised or are you surprised at the experiences of Larry Alexander, who has lived and worked in Haiti up to 2020, of course, and had done business there in terms of interfacing with persons who are pretending to be gang members, maybe militia members, and, having the kinds of experiences where persons have intercepted, goods that, are being transported. And who knows? We don't know if some of them might really have been members of gangs. Frederic Boiron, would you like to continue?
Yes, what I was saying is, like Larry mentioned, the difference between the assassination, between the before and after the assassination of the president.
Yeah.
Moïse.
You said all hell broke after the assassination. They lost control of the gangs. They who lost control of the gangs.
Well, the political parties and the government were controlling the gangs. They were financing the gangs. They were telling them what to do, what areas to take control of for their purpose. And after the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, nobody was in charge of those gangs, and they realized that they were the one keeping these people in power. And that's when they made the decision.
They realized, who realized? The gangs realized
the gangs realized that they had the real power. They were able to keep Jovenel Moïse and his political party in power, and they decided that they were going to take the power in Haiti. And that's why I'm saying, and I'm repeating, that it's a civil war, because the real objective of the gangs is to be in charge of the country.
I hope Jamaica is listening, because we have we have gangs here in Jamaica. We have anti-gang legislation. We have prosecuted gangs, but I'm sure you'd agree, Frederic Boiron, that if we allow the situation to get out of hand here in Jamaica or in any other country, the gangs will want to take over.
The question that you have to ask yourself in Jamaica: who benefits from the crime committed by the gangs. The gangs themselves, those militias in Haiti, gangs in Jamaica, they have an agenda that is not always their agenda. They are paid for an agenda until they decide that the money that they're getting provided with is not enough, and the power that they have is not enough, and then they go for their own purpose. And that's what you have to keep an eye on in Jamaica and in anywhere else. And that's exactly what when we started the show, I was telling you about Somalia. Somalia, that's exactly what happened in Somalia when the gangs decided that it was time for them to take the power.
So is it that this is almost like a case study? Is it that maybe you can tell me if you agree or disagree, Frederick Boiron? Is it that the assassination of Juvenel Moise, it almost led to a fracture or breakdown in the central government or authority in Haiti? Yes?
That's you totally you got it all. You got it all. The thing is, a country can survive without a president, without a government, but it can't survive without the rule of law.
Yes.
A democracy can survive with those organizations that make sure that you have security, that you have food, and that kids can go to school, women can walk freely and not scaring for their life or being raped and things like that. The problem in Haiti right now is none of this exists. There is no state of law and there is no government. Even if you see the structure that they put together, I think the structure was put together in Jamaica with the presidential council and stuff. This is a joke. This thing is a joke.
I think you meant in Haiti with the presidential council.
That's right. But
yes.
the decision was made at a meeting in Jamaica to come up with that.
Okay, understood. Yes, thank you for that. Yes, thank you for reminding us. So one of the things that one must look out for is to ensure that the rule of law always exists, that never breaks down. Frederick Boiron.
Absolutely. A government is secondary to this. And if you can't have security in a country, if you can't have food, if you can't have all those organizations that give an opportunity for people to exercise their rights and their responsibilities toward one another, well, you don't have a country.
Or you don't have a country. Larry Alexander, we just heard from Mr. Boiron. Any comments that you'd like to add? Because I know we're thinking and talking about Haiti this morning, but we have other countries which have had issues or could have issues if things go in the wrong direction. Frederick Boiron also referenced or mentioned Somalia and what had happened there. Larry Alexander?
I agree totally with what Frederick has said. And I contend that the gang situation has been secured. But I find that we are faced with an overwhelming scale of force. Not necessarily to slaughter them, but just to make it clear that they are outnumbered, outresourced, outdone. They will not be same. Because as Frederick said, their objective is to obtain people.
Yes,
so if the existing thing is not supported by the international services to a greater extent than it presently is, so that it can present that overwhelming shortfall. These gangs will, I don't think these gangs will.
Larry Alexander, we are hearing you, Larry Alexander, but sometimes I'm not sure if there's a little bit of an echo. I don't know what we can do to resolve it, or if there is something you can do on your end, maybe speak more directly into your device, or I don't know if you have us on speakerphone, but there's a little bit of an echo, sir. But we're going to try to see if we can address that.
Is this
Is it
better?
better?
A lot better. It's
Okay.
it's a million light years better. Light years better. Thank you. Would you like to finish what you were just saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
said
think
that
that
at the same time, there
there are communities which have people who want to visit the gang. If they don't have it,
security, and what can happen, like what happened at Ponson some weeks ago, that people want to visit gangs with this.
All of this at this time. Any comments? And the leading of the mission, the police mission, the leading of that by Kenya. Any thoughts?
Well, I have to tell you that the international community didn't fulfill its promises.
Did not.
Did not fulfill the promises. The Kenyan had asked for $600 million to conduct that mission. They only obtained $400 million from the US and Canada. Nobody else chipped in on this. Nobody else. And they were supposed to send 2,500 policemen to Haiti. Only 400 have put their feet in Haiti right now. So you can't have any success with that. You'll have some success, but not what you were about to achieve. And Canada has spent $83 million training police men and women from the Caribbean in Jamaica last year. And those police men and women were supposed to be deployed in Haiti. From the last information that I got, they were nowhere to be seen. All right. So this money was spent for absolutely nothing so far. And also, the UN wanted to transform the actual mission led by Kenya in Haiti into a peacekeeping mission. The reason that we wanted to do that, it's a different budget. If they do a peacekeeping mission, they already have they could get the money from the peacekeeping budget. The Russia and China said no to that proposal. So we're in a loop going nowhere with Haiti, not only because the Asians themselves, or the leaders of that country, are not helping the situation, but also because the international community was coming up with proposals and promises never really delivered. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I am really well understood on this. The real responsibles for the situation in Haiti are the political men that are leading that country right now. And I have to say, because the question is that, is it a lost cause? The reality is that the people that are managing this country right now are a bunch of men, old men of 60 years and over. They have not left room for women. They have not left room for the youth of the country to be part of the solution. That's also part of the situation that we have right now in this country.
Frederick Boiron, would you have rather it be a peacekeeping mission or continue to be the current situation where it's more of a police operation? Which one would you prefer?
Well, I think if they had went all the way with the initial proposal of 2,500 policemen and women in Haiti, then we could have, if they had at least tried to send that many people in Haiti, we would have seen the situation, an improvement in the situation, that's for sure. But peacekeeping in Haiti brought to that country rape, cholera, and all kind of crimes committed by peacekeepers in Haiti.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yes, I've heard of that. Only because of time, Frederick Boiron, we may have to leave it there for today. Larry Alexander, Are you still on the line, or did we lose you completely, Larry Alexander? Unfortunately, we can't take another comment because I'm getting a signal. We're completely and totally out of time. I'm sorry that the communication device in terms of us communicating with you, whether it's on our end or your end, I'm so sorry that it wasn't always, clear. But Larry Alexander, Frederick Boiron, very, very important discussion this morning on Haiti. We need to continue this kind of discussion. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time.
Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you, Stokeley.
Listeners, please stay with us. We'll be right back at the Morning Watch.
The time on Jane Bank is
7:31.
it's a one in a million kilo. When the price of the ring, everyone so you can put in the Jane Bank W savings promotion. You simply want quarterly winners to walk away with double the money you put in your savings account. Conditions apply. Check our website and social media for details. Jane Bank, you help you find a way. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Mom, I'm thirsty.
Don't worry, my love. I have the perfect solution. Your favorite Tang flavor in a new look.
Is that small envelope enough for the whole jar?
Yes, my love. It makes 2 liters. And this time with extra vitamins.
I love it, Mommy. What vitamins does it have?
Vitamin C, D, and zinc. Share the delicious taste of Tang in its new look and same yield. Perfect for refreshing any time of the day. Choose your favorite flavor and enjoy.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. I'm your host, Stokeley Marshall. Let's take a look at the newspapers and other news sources to see what Jamaicans and others are saying and doing. And we read an item of news from Love 101 FM. Just yesterday, December the 16th, 2024, this was presented in Dateline News. Hosts of Love 101 FM's Morning Watch, Stokeley Marshall and Reverend Dr. Dallin Toussaint, have been crowned Radio Host of the Year at the prestigious Antigua Barbuda Global Music and Media Awards, ABGMA. The awards ceremony took place on November 30th, 2024, and celebrated excellence in music and media across the Caribbean. Mr. Marshall and Reverend Toussaint were recognized for their dynamic on-air presence and informative content. Their show is known for its engaging discussions and has become a staple for listeners across Jamaica and the diaspora. The ABGMA, now in its 10th year, recognizes the achievements of individuals and organizations that contribute to the global music and media industries. This accolade marks a significant milestone for Mr. Marshall and Dr. Toussaint and highlights the impact of Jamaican radio. Indeed, it is good to be recognized for hard work. To God be the glory. And speaking personally, I thank Love 101 FM for providing the opportunity and the platform for making this possible. Give glory to God. Another item of news, turning now to the Jamaica Observer. Changing gears a bit in terms of the type of news here. Pothole repair push. NWA planning $2 billion road work spend over the next 5 weeks to ease burden on motorists. That story by Jason Cross. We have a very concerning story here in the Gleaner. The title is Missing at Christmas. 2 children disappear after Mobe tree lighting ceremony, and I'm hoping someone can tell me that these 2 children have been found. There are pictures of a little girl here, 14-year-old Kimoya Gordon from Holland High. And there is a picture of a little boy, and his name is Rakali Smith. He's 10 years old from Shetwood Memorial Primary. A family in Glendevon, St. James, up to last night remained deeply worried after being unable to locate a 10-year-old boy and his 14-year-old sister. The siblings went missing after attending the St. James Municipal Corporation's annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony on Sunday night at Sam Sharp Square, Montego Bay. Please guard and watch over your children when you go out with them, or, well, watch over them at all times, but especially at this time of the year when you go out with them to crowded places or where there can be a crowd. We turn to Loop Jamaica News very quickly. NWA invests $30.6 million in St. Thomas retaining wall project. Those and many other stories in our various news sources. Coming up next, we'll read some feedback from our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp question, which is, how can social media help to stop and or solve crime? If you haven't done so yet, leave your responses in our on Facebook or YouTube, Love 101 FM Jamaica Live, and also WhatsApp comments and voice notes to 876-9973-125 using the hashtag The Morning Watch. We'll be right back.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and you're invited to the Season Splendor Christmas Small Business Expo.
That's right, on Saturday, December 21 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Head on over to Campion College for a one-of-a-kind Christmas shopping experience.
We cover amazing local businesses, unique gifts, delicious treats, and so much more. Perfect for everyone on your list.
It's a holiday shopping spree like no other. And the best part is free. Yeah, you heard it right. Free.
So grab your family, give your friends, and come shopping for love this Christmas. Get us out on the fun, the deal, and the holiday cheer.
We can't wait to see you at Season Splendor Expo. Saturday, December 21 at Campion College. Let's make this Christmas extra special.
Win with love this holiday season. Use your JMNB Money Transfer Prepaid Visa Card between November 1 to December 31, 2024 for a chance to win a $250,000 towards gift voucher or one of 5 $20,000 Brooklyn Supermarket vouchers, plus cash back from paying toll and shopping with your card. But that's not all. Participate in this promotion and enter to win your share of a $2.1 million grand prize in the Win with Love promotion ending on June 30, 2025. Receive money anytime, 24/7, using Visa Direct through MoneyGram, Zoom, or Remitly, or directly with Priya and Zoom. Visit jm.jmnb.com/money-transfer for details on how to enter and win with love. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting and Offers Act. Conditions apply.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. I'm your host, Stokeley Marshall. Now for responses to our social media question, how can social media help to stop and or solve crime? Chakal?
All right, so I see one here, not on the question, but one is saying, congratulations on your award. You both deserve it.
Well, thank you to the individual who...
Auntie Pam from Kingston.
And thank you, Auntie Pam. Thank you very much, Auntie Pam. To God be the glory indeed. Well, we move right into the second watch. And of course, if any other comments coming in relation, well, if any comment in terms of the social media question, we will take them during the second watch discussion, where we go right into the whole matter of social media. We have all seen social media used in these times, and the sharing of videos, pictures, and other information is done that way. Not the only way to do it, but it's very commonly done there. However, can social media also be used to help to solve crime? Well, let us see. We have as our guest this morning, no strangers to the Morning Watch, Rory Banks, the Director of Cyber and Information Security, Simtai Consultants Limited. He's also known as an ethical hacker. Rory Banks, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Stokeley, and congratulations, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Every time Rory Banks comes on the Morning Watch, I'm beginning to wonder, what is he going to come to say now? What earth-shattering things is he going to come to say? Because how can social media help to stop solve crime? Being our feedback question for the listeners to respond to. Solving crime with social media is our topic in this second watch. Rory Banks, what are your opening thoughts on this? Because we saw recently where a particular set of individuals were allegedly held or being, there seemed to be being some sort of a room in one of our parishes here in Jamaica, and they put on some kind of, I don't know if they use their phone or some other device, and they were telling the police officer that it is live. They're on live.
And they went on TikTok live.
All of Jamaica, I think, might have seen that video, and they were sort of begging the officers, seemingly begging them for some kind of mercy. Not quite sure, I'm paraphrasing here. How can social media be used to solve crime?
All right, so this is a very interesting topic. Before we even get into how social media can be used to solve crime, we have to also look on the other perspective of social media, because it is also used to start crime in terms of cyber crime. So, like,
stick up it. It is used to start crime.
To start crime, so to do research. So, for example, cybercrime.
I see.
Yes. So when you look on cybercrime, you may get a message. It could be a phishing email or a message in, let's say, Instagram. Someone sends you a message to say that you have won something or they're selling something, and you click on the link, you enter your information, and that's an actual crime. That's a cybercrime. But outside of that, attackers can also utilize it to watch what you're doing, where you are, because as humans, we're posting too much information, and it's too timely. Also,
I am now in this store. I'm now on this road. I'm now here. I'm now there. I'm now overseas.
Exactly. And even with the live, it shows you that you are right at this location right now.
Yes.
Or that can also be used as a target.
You're on the plane and you're filming yourself in the plane. That's as it's taking off. So they know that nobody's at your house now.
Yes. So those are some examples of how it can be used to identify potential crime or ways to use it to do crime. When you look on the other aspect of it now is, how can we use social media to stop or to solve crimes? And even right here locally, there's a lot of information that the police force and even we can garner from social media. So they can use it for communication. They can use it for providing insight. So even like Ananda alerts and stuff like that, if there's a crime that has been committed. So a more recent one was the cars that were stolen at the circus. So they would have sent on social media that, hey, we visited the circus, this is the car, this is the license plate, and then they can utilize that to start communicating with a broader audience to say, hey, try and identify this vehicle because it was stolen here. The police themselves can also use it to do further investigation. So when you start thinking about forensic investigation, and remember that more than 60% of the world uses social media. So it's a good platform to identify information.
Rory Banks, only because we're upon a break. Hold that thought 1 second. Don't lose your train of thought. Listeners, please stay with us. We'll be right back on the Morning Watch.
Oreo wants to remind you that Christmas is here, the time of year when every day there are more special details, because now we don't walk down the street humming any song, now we walk to the rhythm of a Christmas carol. Christmas is celebrated every day with moments that make it more special. Oreo invites you to enjoy and keep playing every day of this season. Oreo, stay playful.
GK1 now introduces third-party motor insurance from GK General Insurance. Download and log into the GK1 app. Then select one of 3 affordable third-party options, 25, 35, or 40,000 annually. But there's more. For a limited time, when you purchase a third-party insurance on the GK1 app, you get $1,000 in your GK1 wallet. Yes, money back just like that. One app, 3 motor insurance options from GK General Insurance. Download and insure your car on the GK1 app today.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. I'm your host, Stokeley Marshall. We are in the second watch, and we're speaking to Rory Ebanks, Director, Cyber and Information Security, Simtai Consultants Limited. He's also known as an ethical hacker, and I guess he'll get into that a little bit more with us to explain exactly what or who an ethical hacker is. The topic is solving crime with social media. Mr. Ebanks, just before the break, you're making a very important point. I think one of the last things you indicated is that about 60% of the world is on social media. Continue, sir.
Yes, so because so many persons are on social media, and even if you look in terms of Jamaica, a lot of us use different types of social media. So you have Facebook, TikTok, even WhatsApp is considered as social media. And because of all of these avenues, if an investigation is occurring, there's a lot of different sources that they can garner information from. So a good example is even we at Simtai, we're doing some investigation now, forensic investigation pertaining to WhatsApp. And with WhatsApp, we're trying to recover messages that were deleted to help do a investigation and to launch that into the court. So you can have different sources. The police can also utilize it to identify where was this person.
Mr. Ebanks, not taking you off track, but I don't know what you're doing in terms of investigations. Clearly, you're not going to get into that detail. But they, as far as I'm aware, it's indicated that WhatsApp messages are end-to-end encrypted. So not even WhatsApp knows what message you sent or posted. Any comments on that?
Yeah, so there is end-to-end encryption. However, if you have the device physically, there is a database that's stored on the device where you can restore and retrieve the information. If you physically have the device and you are able to unlock the device, then that's unlocking one end of the encryption. So you can gain access to information.
I always wonder if some of these sorts of, guidance, bits of guidance on these platforms that might indicate that something is, not even them read it or they don't know what you're sending. If there's a caveat subject to, the need to address law enforcement issues. I'm always wondering. I that's what I really was wondering if in commenting you'd bring that up, or that's not included. It's just solely end-to-end encrypted. There's no exception for law enforcement investigations. None.
There are exceptions. However, the encryption it's a very strong encryption, so it can't be broken that easily. So you have to get authorization from the platform owners to gain access to certain types of information. So you won't be able to access the text messages in clear just like that. And you have to have a court order to access it. So we have seen in instances where Facebook have been to court and they have been challenging it, because when you start thinking about the right to privacy and protection of your data, then that's a big conflict. However, based on certain jurisdictions, if you do have the proper court order, they can gain access to the information. Similar with even your phones, they can gain access to the information, or they will ask the manufacturers to unlock the device so they can do this criminal investigation. But there has to be a legitimate case in terms of them being able to gain access, and it won't be able to access every single details of the device.
Very interesting, Mr. Ebanks. And finish the point you were making. I hope I didn't take you too much off track.
No, man, that's fine. So when you start looking at all of the information that's there on social media,
Yeah.
the criminal investigator can, for example, identify that you were at this location. There's a perfect example in Capitol Hill a couple years ago when they did the riot. There were a lot of persons that went
You mean in the US?
US in the US, yes. So when they went in, they started to do selfies, take pictures, and remember that's now them incriminating themselves. So what the FBI did is they looked on social media, they started to triangulate who posted around that location because remember you can look at a picture and you can get geographical information from that picture. So they started to identify different persons that were in Capitol Hill that did a posting and did destruction of property. And then they started charging persons based on that information, just leveraging the picture to say that you took a selfie that you were inside Capitol Hill.
I'm
So
smart.
that's a good case of how they can leverage the social media information.
I'm
There's
smiling in terms of that example because it's now coming out that there were quite a number of FBI agents who were in the crowd. No
yes.
comment. No comment. Mr.
Let's leave that for another section.
There's so much more that I could say, but as you said, leave that for another section. Now, how exactly? Well, you have been explaining how exactly you can use social media to sort of, as it were, locate someone in terms of where they were when a crime took place. You even spoke to how the police can use it for locating people, and you mentioned initially the whole matter of the crime being initiated using social
Cybercrime.
media. So the criminal can use it and the police can use it and anyone else looking at it. You even mentioned that you can get geographical data from maybe the pictures, the videos. I hope I'm not repeating myself at any point here. But what does this mean for the user of social media? Because the user of social media, you might be in a situation where you don't really know that there is an actor in and around you who is committing a crime, but you're there innocently. And before you know it, the police come and say, we need to take your phone so we can do a check. And let's not get into the legality right now of them coming to ask for the phone, right? But they might want to see the phone to see what's on the phone. So how does an individual, you have nothing to do with any crime, you didn't commit any crime, you're just going along doing your business innocently, how can you protect yourself from those situations?
So it's important that we don't want to get into the legalities, but yes, you have to show a proper court order to investigate that particular evidence. Because one of the first things is how can they identify that you were at that location and that you also did a recording or had taken a picture? That means that they would have had to done research to identify that you, Stokeley, had taken a picture at Emancipation Park at this particular time before they can even request to gain access to your device.
Yeah.
Once they gain access to the device, there has to be a chain of custody that's followed. Meaning, how did they gain access to it? Did you sign off on it? Because you have to sign over the device. Who had access to it once you handed over the device? Because they have to protect that chain of custody to ensure that the device was not manipulated. There also has to be copies of the device that are made, and then the investigation can occur.
And by the way, so continue. I thought you were through.
So in those instances, the end user has to be aware of their surroundings, and it's very difficult for you to say that, okay, I'm not going to take a picture, or the picture that I've taken, how is that going to be leveraged in a court case? It's very difficult for you to know, because when they're doing their investigation, they're trying to gather as much information as possible. Another example I can give is there was a crime that was committed by a couple that was traveling in the US, and the husband murdered the wife while they were in transit. There was a picture that was taken and posted a few hours before. And what happened is that they started the investigation based on that picture. The picture showed that the wife sandals was on the dashboard, her glasses were on the dashboard, and her clothing was on the floor. Based on that picture was taken by a tourist visiting the same site. And that's how they started to launch their investigation. So again, you may just be taking a picture of Bob Marley Museum, Emancipation Park, and then when they're starting to do their investigation, they see in the background that, hey, Rory was at this location at this time. He was wearing a gray shirt with the logo Simtai on it, and then they start triangulating it. So now they're going to look who else was in that region. You can even get a step further and start triangulating what phone numbers were in that region. So they start visiting Digicel. Can we triangulate all of the phone numbers? And then you start going on the interrogation. So those are some instances of how you can start chaining all of the information and doing the research together.
Amazing. And I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade in terms of raining on the parade of the police trying to solve a crime, but for a peaceful life, you don't want to get yourself embroiled in any investigation that you have nothing to do with. Just take a picture with a regular old-fashioned camera, Rory. Not connected to the internet, no Google photo. Do we still have those any such cameras, by the way? All the cameras are digital?
Or Polaroid. I've seen a few recently. So
there's still a few left where the camera has nothing to do with the internet.
Nothing to do with the internet. You press the button and it can print at the same time. So not very common though. Yes. Everything is now digitally connected.
Oh, yes. You might even buy a standalone camera. Tell me if I'm wrong, all right, or Rory Banks. You can buy a standalone camera. Take a picture with it. But aren't some of these cameras internet-based? Am I wrong, all right? Tell me.
You're correct. So to even get updates, it has to be connected to the internet. You can even look at this now. So you have the camera that's not connected to the internet. It's not a smartphone.
Yes.
But how do you print the picture that's on the camera? You may use a SD card, or you may transfer it through Bluetooth to a device. That is now a digital footprint. Because when we're doing the forensic investigation, we're going to see the source of where did the picture come from. We're going to see the date and time, and then you start mapping it to the timestamp of the device of the camera.
Right, find somebody with an old device that can print the picture without.
Or start drawing instead.
Or start drawing instead, rather than taking a photograph. Very interesting. You're an ethical hacker. Can't have you leave without telling us a little bit about ethical hacker. You're an ethical hacker. You can have good hackers and bad hackers, Mr. Banks.
Yes, that's correct.
You're the good one.
We're the good one. So at Simtai, we're ethical hackers. So
yes.
I have a whole team of ethical hackers that we're hired to do security assessments. So it could be trying to break into a website, but we're identifying these weaknesses and providing the client with a report to remediate them. You have the black hat hackers that are the unethical hackers that they're trying to break into systems.
Why black? What? That sounds racist, Rory. Black hat hackers.
That's racist. So you have black hat, white hat. You even have writing.
And the white hat ones are the good ones.
That's how they term it.
No, Rory. Racist. Okay, thank you for that, letting us know about that. And as an ethical hacker, how do you use social media in a nutshell as a final thought before we wrap this morning to solve crime?
Yes, so we do use social media when we're trying to do
as an ethical hacker, sir.
As an ethical hacker, so we do use it in terms of reconnaissance. So for example, now, if we're doing a security assessment for our organization, one of the first places we're going to go is LinkedIn. So we're going to go on the company profiles, see who is employed to the organization. We're going to start going through the profile of the employees and try to identify what technology are they using. Are they using Microsoft? Are they using Oracle? What version of it? Because a lot of times the employees may say that, hey, I have 10 years of experience. I've been utilizing SQL database. So now they're revealing information about the technology in the organization. So we start utilizing the different social media platforms to get as much information as possible.
And what final thought you want to leave with us this morning, because we are completely out of time? What final word you want to leave with us? Social media.
Be very aware of what you post and who you're around on social media, because again,
you post and who you are around.
Yes.
Have to leave it there this morning, Rory Banks. There's so much more we could unpack here, but never enough time in the morning. Thank you for being with us this morning, sir.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, listeners, for being with us today. Join us again tomorrow as we look at other topic and controversial issues. Visit the Love 101 FM YouTube channel and Facebook page, and now TikTok at Love 101 FM Jamaica for this and all of the Love 101 FM programs. Listen to the Morning Watch on our Love 101 app. Download it today and stay connected to the family station. Love 101 FM, the #1 gospel station in Jamaica. This has been the Morning Watch. Thanks to our producer Kathy Gale and to our guests. Join me again tomorrow as we continue to look at the issues of the day. I am Stokeley Marshall, handing back Love in the Morning with Chukau.
As the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we are committed to the values of care, compassion, excellence in service, integrity, teamwork, and innovation as we work to safeguard the health of our nation. The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 8 a.m. or just about